Now let's take a look at how inheritance plays a part with the private access modifier. Let's take the keyword public and make it private now. So I'll just do this for the first name, last name, and money. We keep everything the same. We just make it private instead of public. And let's see what happens now. So if I'm still a hacker and I want to use the current balance, which is $1 million, let's see what happens. I'll actually create a constructor. So I'll use constructor, so function underscore, well, I'll make it public. Of course, we always want to use the keyword public when we're creating our constructors. Underscore construct, parentheses, and let's just let's say, for example, well, here's the thing. When having attributes from our parent class and we use the private access modifier, classes, subclasses, or child classes cannot inherit attributes or methods / functions that has the private keyword in front of it. Again, remember, when your parent class uses the private feature on attributes or methods, your child or your class that extends that parent class cannot inherit that functionality or those attributes or functions. So, and I'll show you guys as well. So let's just say, for example, if I try, let's say, to modify the values, I'll try to access the first name. And okay, first name, and I'm going to call it something different. Let's say Davis. And I do the last name, let's say Davis Hardy. Okay? And what should happen is that when I, let's say, call my echo, I'll just do full name. And of course, we can still use our hacker object, but we want to use the method get full name. I'll go here, get full name, and it should still give us our default values for no value set. So if we're trying to access or override these attributes from our parent class, it's not going to allow us to assign new values to it because they're considered private. That's the access. We don't have access to see those. So if we go to our browser, let's see what happens. I refresh it. Full name equals nothing. So it's not displaying that at all. So let's go back here. So once I go here, okay, so that still should be set. But let's say, and the reason why it did not display the no value set is because we're not calling the people class directly. So let's say, for example, if I did call that class directly, I'll say people, and I'll just call it people. Let's see what happens. I do that, and we should be able to see the no value set for the constructor of the people class. So I'll go back to my browser, click refresh, and look what we have. No value set at all. Okay? So again, when we call our subclass, we can go back to, let's say, our person class. So I already showed you I hacked your bank and you're now fired because I gave myself $1 million. So let me go to my person class because it's a subclass or a child class of people or person. And then I'll set the name because remember we want to inherit, or you know what? Well, here's what I'll do. I'll actually do I'll make the set full name function to private and keep the get full name to public. So if we call the set full name method, and again, I'm using the access specifier or modifier private, so we're not allowed to inherit that method. So let me just show you what we get here. Set that, and I'll just do the same thing here. Let's say Bob, and I'll do Bob Tyler. Okay, and I'll do that, and let's try to get that full name. And it should not display anything at all. We should get a blank page, which is full name. And we get this as well. So if that comes up, as we can see, fatal error, call to private method, set full name from context, and our index.php on line 44, we'll get this error because, again, the method is set to private. Now let's say, for example, if we make our getName function a private too as well, let's go ahead and let's say get full name, remove our parameters, so get full name. So pretty much once this does, we did not inherit our private variables or private attributes. And pretty much we're just trying to call the get full name, which is set private, but we do not get that for free, and it's not inherited because it's set to private. So we should get that same exact error message. So I'll refresh the screen, and we get the same exact thing. Call to private method, get full name from context, index.php on line 44. We cannot call methods from a parent class if they're set to private, if they use the access modifier to private, only public. Now again, if I make these, if I set them back to public, get full name, nothing should happen. We should get a blank page, which is get full, no value set. Okay? So I go back here, and that's what we've got as well. Congratulations, guys.